Did you know there are rivers where the water moves, even when nothing is swimming? Where locals swear the current changes direction, and the jungle goes quiet, as if something massive just passed beneath the surface. This story doesn't begin with a scream. It begins with silence. Deep in the Amazon basin, there are villages that refuse to fish certain stretches of river. Not because the water is poisoned, not because of spirits, but because something lives there that eats boats. They don't call it a snake. They call it the river itself. The anaconda, or at least what they believe is an anaconda. Anacondas are already terrifying by definition. They don't hunt with venom. They hunt with patience. They wait. They feel vibrations. They strike once. And when they wrap around you, your bones don't snap all at once. They tighten every time you exhale, until your body simply gives up. But what if the anaconda we know is only the small version? In the early 1900s, British explorer Percy Fawcett wrote something unsettling in his journal. He claimed to see a snake so large it created a wake like a passing canoe. Not swimming, displacing the river. He estimated its length at over 60 feet. Scientists laughed. The journal was dismissed as jungle madness. But Fawcett disappeared years later in the Amazon. His body was never found, and he wasn't the last. In 1935, a Brazilian military patrol reported gunfire erupting near the Rio Negro. When they arrived, they didn't find an enemy force. They found a dead anaconda, or what was left of it. The snake was reportedly over 80 feet long, its body so thick that several soldiers could not wrap their arms around it. Photos were taken, then lost. The official report vanished into an archive. The soldiers were reassigned, and the river went quiet again. Here's where the story gets darker. Modern anacondas average 15 to 20 feet. The largest confirmed one ever measured was just over 28 feet. So how do you explain? Dozens of independent accounts, spanning centuries, all describing the same impossible thing? Fishermen talk about nets being dragged underwater, entire cows vanishing while drinking from the riverbank. One man claimed he shot an anaconda 3 times. It didn't react. It simply turned toward him. He survived because the snake chose the water instead. Biologists will tell you size has limits. Oxygen, muscle mass, energy consumption. But the Amazon breaks rules. It hides species we still haven't classified, creatures that don't exist anywhere else on Earth. And anacondas don't stop growing. They grow until something kills them, or until the environment can no longer support them. So what happens if nothing ever does? There's a place locals call the Breathing River. At night, the water rises and falls rhythmically. Not with tides, not with rain, with something beneath it. Satellite images show unusual disturbances in the water there. Long, smooth, moving upstream against the current. When researchers attempted to investigate in 2018, their equipment failed. Sonar readings cut out. One drone never resurfaced. The official explanation blamed mechanical error. The crew didn't return. And then there are the bones, scattered along riverbanks. Crushed, flattened, not gnawed, not torn, compressed, as if something wrapped around them and squeezed until there was nothing left to break. Some indigenous tribes refuse to speak the anaconda's name aloud. They believe it listens. They say it remembers faces, that it recognizes engines, that it has learned the difference between prey and threats. One elder claimed the great snake once saved the river by eating invaders. Now it protects its territory, and if disturbed, it retaliates. You won't find this in textbooks, but ask long enough in the Amazon, and someone will lower their voice. They'll tell you there are stretches of river that suddenly feel shallow, where boats scrape against nothing, where the water bulges upward, then smooths out. They'll tell you about shadows longer than the trees, eyes just beneath the surface, watching, waiting, because the most unsettling part isn't that giant anacondas might exist. It's that the Amazon is shrinking. Deforestation, noise, intrusion, and if something ancient has been hiding there for centuries, we may be forcing it to surface. So the next time you see calm water in a jungle river, and it starts to move on its own, remember, sometimes the river isn't flowing. Sometimes it's breathing.